What is, everyone? Welcome to the Nerd On Update, the weekly show where we talk about the stuff in the news that excites us. In the later half of the show, we answer questions from you, the people. We don't introduce the hosts here. So, Guy in the Captain America shirt, how are you? How
We'll
was your
see
weekend?
how responsive that sounds. Because hey man, we're alive, we're online. I've had to just downshift everything to see if we could even do this, because I guess my
In
computer.
fact, I should check the quality.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm monitoring it. It doesn't seem to be terrible, hopefully. I so far haven't dropped any frames on OBS. At least that's what it tells me. I hope it's not lying to me. The other interface
Please
says
lie.
that it has a healthy bit rate. What is Steve's? What? I see you talking. What?
Don't tell me lies.
Don't tell me.
You
lies.
tell him lies. Tell him sweet little lies.
Two lies.
There she is. There
Does that sound like
we're
we're
getting-
talking at the same rate now? That I'm responding properly at
think
the
so.
right time.
We're getting
Let's
there.
close
pal.
it.
Here we go. Ready, Tom? 3, 2, 1.
One.
3.
You
2, 1.
said it so fast. You can't go. Hey, someone. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, 3, 2,
We're gonna do the 3, 2, 1 thing. Ready? 3, 2,
1.
1.
One.
Hey,
Nice.
yeah. We're back.
Okay.
We're back.
Cool.
We're so back.
This is close to a clap sync as we can get, people.
Okay.
This is Brad.
Yeah. Let's clap it up. Clap it up for T Dog, for IJU Robot, for Nerd On,
Yeah.
for the shit internet, for bad
Make it
technology, for mana that needs to be outlawed, or mana if you're on this side of Flannery Yancey Street, whatever.
Nancy?
I don't know, man.
Yancy?
Yancey?
Clancy?
Who's
I just saw the whole what is it? What was it? Marvel Imperium series, and it's where like the Fantastic Four go to the Casino Cosmic, and like they had to fight in this gladiatorial thing, and Johnny Storm is just like, here comes Ben Grimm, the biggest, meanest guy on this side of Yancey Street, blah blah, and then like Ben's like, I hate this, and then I'm like, many people would relish in this, with someone reading you off this way to fight in a gladiatorial battle in Cosmic World. But anyways, God, I feel like we haven't done an update in a while, but because last week we recorded an episode, I feel like last week would have been the perfect time to do an update, because there was a lot of crazy news and a lot of stuff, and I was like, well, too bad. What's been going on with all you guys? Amy, what's life been like?
It's life, and that's the way it is. You're up on top of the. Sorry.
So many songs.
Jesus.
So many songs. No, I've actually been doing okay. Work's been busy. Lots of things have been going on, like you said, and I was crushed by some of them during our recording last week, which, or the other week, whenever we were recording, I can't remember. The days are melding together. I keep thinking a Thursday is a Wednesday, and I'm at least a day behind, and my allergies suck. But other than that, it's WrestleMania season, and I know Steve's just so flippin' excited. And not only is it WrestleMania season, it's WrestleMania week, so that's pretty much dominating everything right now. With
Is that
violence.
is that the convention where people who endorse bad candidates show up and get booed at in LA?
Hey, let us have
Wouldn't that be
let us have
nice?
fun things. Let us have fun things. Okay?
Never.
We need this is our our little
Never.
treat. Remember our small little treat, because
Mm-hmm.
we're doing so good with our lives. We're still like
Mhm.
surviving in
Let me
this
have it.
chaos world.
Okay.
Just little nuggets. Just need a little nugget. A little nugget of something. I can't afford Starbucks. I need TV.
I may not always like the management, but I like the staff that works there. So how about that?
But
That's a
other
really
than
good
that,
way to put it.
that's actually really good. Steve's, how's your week?
You covered half of it. it's WrestleMania week, and it's my news, so I won't talk about it. Good. Saw the Minecraft movie.
And
Was it scary?
So
Chicken
scary.
Jockey.
No.
Oh
no,
my
no.
gosh.
It was a birthday party for my youngest friend, and so it
okay.
was invited.
Who's your youngest
Went.
friend?
Sorry, my youngest
Youngest.
friend.
With an
my
EST.
youngest
Your
son,
youngest
his
child?
friend. That one. Yes.
Got it.
Can't spell WrestleMania
ma'am.
without EST.
She knows. You know, it. Here's what I'll say. The cast had fun, because Jack Black and Momoa
Yeah.
were pretty hilarious. I'll admit that they were hilarious together.
Mostly Jack Black and Jason Momoa had the best time.
Yeah, they were goofies.
Well, they got like
goofy
a
shit.
real bromance going on.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
They're knitting
Jack,
sweaters and
Jack,
singing
yeah.
songs.
Jack is collecting Polynesian friends, I think. So Jason Momoa was next on the list. So
It makes
Man.
sense.
yeah.
I remember when I would spend premium on a movie ticket to go watch people have fun.
Those were the days.
I'm still kind of mad at him for what he did to Cage, but it is what it is.
11 p.m.
What are you gonna do?
He continues.
A lot of things.
Got it.
I support Cage still.
I think you all should
Saw
support
him
Cage.
at a restaurant down the street, and I gave him a fist bump. It was very
Really?
cool.
Cage.
Give him a fist
Who
bump.
Cage?
Yeah,
Michael.
Kyle
Mike?
Gass from Tenacious D. Cage,
Oh,
Rage Cage.
got it. Yes, thank you.
The one
So
with
Cage,
some
And he
conviction
looked
and a
up at me.
spine.
I was like, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to bug him.
All
But then I never said anything. I saw Charlie Kelly and Rob McElhenney walking once, and I didn't say anything to them.
Rob.
And it
Nothing.
it-
Not even
and I-
like I waved.
no, and
I'm
I was like
a
too
waver.
embarrassed. I was on their set. I was like, it wasn't like a weird place. I was taking a tour of the Always Sunny set, and so I was like, I don't want to bug him here. Like, that's the place to be like, hey, I'm a big fan, and I've regretted it ever since. So every time I see someone, I go, I'm just gonna say, hey, big fan, do a little fist bump thing. Ever since COVID, no handshakes, just little.
Mhm.
And so I was sitting there waiting for my breakfast. He's eating, which is my least favorite time to bug people. But I got my food to go, and I turn around, and I just go, Cage. And he looks up, and I go, big fan. He goes, thank you, and gave a fist bump, and I left. He was a sweet man. Anyway,
Good job.
so I'm still mad at Jack Black a little bit for throwing him under the bus.
It was.
It's fine.
It was.
It's okay. We like the
Jason-
management, but not necessarily all the people that work, right? We're just going to say that KG is the one that
we don't.
managed.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is everybody you like just pure of heart?
Yeah.
I try.
Bullshit.
Hi.
Anyway,
It's
No,
Don't
I,
do it.
I, I
Don't
just
do
think
the
the people I like just
You
can
don't
make
see it in the
adult
news.
decisions, you know? I think that's not too much to ask.
Look, I
now.
like Jack Black. I'm just saying I'm just a little mad still.
no. I'm
I
not
love
looking
him.
at Corey. I'm looking at Tom over there who
Oh,
critiques every
okay.
fucking thing I like. That's what I'm talking about.
everything
Okay,
you
I thought you were
like.
talking to me. I was like, I
Man, you
still
must
support
have
Jack
you must
Black.
have a very binary world where if those are the only two things you
So
like.
my weekend was really cool.
Everybody watching at home.
Yeah, Corey,
often
how
does-
was your weekend? It
my
was really
weekend
cool.
was
I hear it was
was
really
nice.
cool.
I was sick. My whole house was sick. But in bigger news, the very exciting thing that happened to me last week since our recording is that our partnership with Arcane Fortress is live. It's here.
Yeah.
I'm very excited that we launched our episode of Cardboard Champs, our first partnered episode, first of many with Arcane Fortress. They're a great company. Shout out to my guy John, who's been my contact the whole time. Sweet guy. They support real artists, no AI, which is huge for us, and I just like their stuff. And so it's really cool. I'm very excited about it. This is a project that I'm really Cardboard Champs is a project I'm really passionate about and I really adore. And so it's very exciting that we have something like this to do. It's very cool.
Yes, and their playmats are gorgeous.
They're so pretty.
I need me another one.
And there's a link in the chat if you want to support us. And if you buy through that, we get kickback to the show. It's all going to go back
And they
into our
smile.
production. Yeah, and they go, "Hey, the guys are doing it."
They're doing
that-
the thing.
That was my week. That was my exciting and fun week.
Tom.
I saw a working man movie, which is very silly because I'm like, man, David Ayer just made this movie, and it was called The Beekeeper. And then I saw who also wrote and produced it. I was like, oh, Sylvester Stallone. And I was like, man, this guy loves having Jason Statham be this very outback farmer ass dude who just kills people. And
This
I'm
is a
like,
knife. This is a knife.
I'm like,
What was before Beekeeper? What was the other one before Beekeeper he did? It was
Homefront.
the same type of idea. Homefront. That's it.
And that
Yep.
was, and Stallone was supposed to be in that. And then Stallone's like, nah, I'm gonna go work with Mel Gibson. Anyways, and then after
Mel
that,
Gibson.
I had to get a palate
And John
cleanser because
Ford.
I didn't realize that was the producing team. And I was like, I'm here for David Ayer and Jason Statham, but I was like, whatever.
John, what do you think of my boner voice?
That guy.
But I ended up watching a movie called Sacramento.
Yes.
And
I wanna see
it is. I will say it this way. I think in the perfect way. General audiences would probably be bored. People who enjoy indie films will probably like it, and I think the few niche audience that actually care about stories about grown men working through their anxiety and panic attacks and parenthood will love it.
And
Steve's.
Sacramentans.
No, did you watch it?
Nope. No, I want to.
No,
reading
I was
up
like,
on it,
if you're looking for a love letter to Sacramento, you're gonna be like, it's
just-
downtown,
Lady-
and then
yeah,
and then White Rabbit, maybe the bar. You're like, this isn't.
dive bar.
Oh, Sacramento. It's the
They
same thing
were
like
in
Greta
dive
Gerwig being
bar.
like, oh, Ladybird's my love letter to Sacramento. I was like, all I see is the goddamn downtown and then the fucking bridge. I'm like, who gives a shit? And I'm like, you're not seeing
well, it's
the
like-
Heights. I'm not seeing like Del
I
Paso. I'm
do
not
know
seeing
that bridge.
It's that establishing shot of this takes place in L.A. by showing downtown with the huge buildings, and that's it.
That's stupid.
But this one they were in dive bar too.
I know,
so-
but they do.
Oh,
it
yeah,
all the
they
time.
went to dive bar. You
And
saw
they
all the
have, like-
mermaid thing,
like
but it was
Nice
all in
Guys.
montage. I was like, dude, you gotta have a scene
Nice
in
Guys
there. You
has,
gotta
like-
have the people in
Nice
there.
Guys has 3 prominent locations in LA, and then the rest is Georgia.
At least
The
you
house
got
is
3.
LA. His
Wh-
house is LA. They're on the city hall steps, and then they're by the Burbank airport.
Which one is
Everybody's
this?
dead.
Nice Guys.
The nice guys.
Yeah. All right. I'm like,
it's,
We're
it's
dead.
LA.
bullshit.
The
Like, look at
bird.
our 3
I call
important
bullshit.
locations in
That's
LA.
what I say. Like, don't fucking even
But you
talk
saw
about
those
this
3
location.
important locations.
See, that's where the CW went right. They're like, fuck
But
this.
it's
It's
City
Star
Hall.
City, Central City. It's all Toronto. Who gives a shit?
It's all Toronto. Yes, we're in
They're like,
Canada.
oh look, my movie about LA. We're shooting this all in fucking Budapest, guys. Thunderbolts, all in Budapest.
All of
We
it.
gotta save America. No, we're not.
No, but let's be
Budapest.
honest, that little short about Florence Pugh jumping off a building, pretty cool.
That was sick.
That little
Cool.
the
Yeah,
what
we
the
love it.
story or the shot?
It's a little short.
The short of
Little
it,
short.
they talk about it. Yeah.
No, I
Well,
didn't
it's like
see it.
David Harbour
It's a-
driving around
oh,
Las
it's like-
Vegas in the limo with everybody in the
Oh.
back. And he's like,
Mhm.
"Oh, the white turns." I was like,
There's
"Who
a-
let him drive?"
There's like a behind the scenes production of them doing her actually. She talked to like Kevin Feige and was like, no, I want to step off the building,
Yeah.
not a stunt double. And he's like, okay, because she loves heights. So
Mhm.
there's a whole little, there's like what is it, like 30, 45 seconds?
Yeah, it's on Instagram.
about
They've
the,
been
the
posting it.
stunt
Yeah.
I
going
mean,
into it and all that stuff. And then-
She's probably as tall as Tom Cruise. She can take the crown away from him,
Yeah.
doing all the stunts
I-
around.
I-
I'm here
I
for it.
applaud her
Let's
for
see.
doing
Let's see
it.
what happens.
steps off the second tallest building in the world.
Yeah.
Go her.
Fun fact with the movie Sacramento, AJ Mendez, aka CM Punk's
Also
wife,
steps off a building.
is in the movie.
Oh,
He's in CM Punk's in the
AJ
movie.
His wife. She was known as AJ Lee in WWE. Her real name is AJ Mendez Brooks.
Who do you
Look
know
her
who
up.
she was in the movie?
I didn't see a name next to her. I just saw that she's in it.
Sacramento. I'm
Cool.
looking this up right now.
AJ Mendez. If you ever watched Heels with Stephen Amell, she and
Oh,
CM
she.
Punk
Oh, that's
are
his wife.
together. That's CM Punk's wife.
Mhm.
She was cool. She was really. She was
For-
a really dope character. She was
Approaching 11 years now.
Nice. Yeah, she, and that's also something I really like too. I won't get too much into spoilers, but like there possibly could be like we're going out drinking, look at those hot girls, we're gonna sleep with them, but then it ends up becoming like, can we just like talk and like have like a, and then it's like, oh, this is really cool, and then like she
Nice.
has this like, just
That's
be
it.
honest, just be honest, and it's like it's. I feel like people like Corey would actually get pretty fucking triggered watching the movie because there's a lot of
Corey said.
projecting in that movie, and
Mm.
people project shit onto each other all the time
Mm.
in a very gaslighty way. It's so, but you're watching.
outside,
Yeah.
Outside of her wrestling and film, she's really big on mental health and the organization she works with. Like it was funny because her character in wrestling was the psycho bitch type thing,
Interesting.
and but with a happy face and evil. But she's very into mental health.
Manipulation.
Yeah, all into it. Yeah, she was. Yeah,
In
and she's
in
written a book.
wrestling.
In wrestling, not in real life.
No,
Not IRL.
I
IRL. She's actually a really solid human.
She's
I
solid,
actually,
yeah.
I actually, she's with someone else. It's like her and another girl. So like they came in as a pair, and I'm like, I really am interested. I like they're like fresh faces. I don't know what the hell they're from, and I'm like, are they actual Sacramento people? And I was like, that'd be interesting, but they're good.
Her
They're good.
sister is also a screenwriter. She has an indie film that came out or is on the way out this year. But yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, okay, we're not talking about the Sacramento movie. That's not what
Sorry.
this update's all about. But we can, and I guess if you want to make it a podcast at some point.
Yeah.
There's a
podcast.
question in the chat first before we get started. Amy, have I asked
Okay.
what you have in that tank? Amy, have I asked what you have in that tank before? Amy, have I asked what do you
No.
have in that tank?
No, but I have stated it many a time, but I'm happy to explain. Currently, inside
Oh.
of this large tank, inside of the tavern-esque room that I'm currently in, is a dragon of the bearded variety. He's currently going through shed. His name is Sunflower, so he's actually up over this way on his warm side because that's his cool side. So usually you won't see the little feller.
You
'cause-
said
Oh.
you said going through his shed. My brain said going through some shit, and I just see him in the back was having like coffee and just trying to God. Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
pretty much you're literally shedding your
Yeah,
skin.
He's going through
And
some
so
shit.
he's like, but he like wades in his little pool like a little like happy man, and he refuses.
Like a little
to
happy man.
just like a little happy man. He's
Don't
just
mind me,
like,
guys.
But he also likes to eat all of his greens straight off the stem, so you actually have to hold it like it's a tree. Because if you just rip him up and put him in his little food bowl, he's like, "What is this? What is this?"
Garbage.
Oh.
Bullshit.
What you're saying is T-Rex doesn't want to be fed; it wants to hunt. Nice. Mm.
Yeah, no, actually, that's 100%.
And it's visions based on
Hunting
the-
vegetables that aren't moving?
No,
Chefs,
you have to actually
I-
jiggle him a little bit to give him some some tremble, and then he goes after it.
See? Yeah. Go for
This
it.
is the last thing I'll say when we can get to the show. I was gonna message you. I was gonna go to a show on Friday, and I was excited because I was gonna take a picture and text you without telling you. But then we all got sick. I was gonna go to this show called The Ultimate Improv, which I've been to once before, and Bill Nye was the host last time I went. They have a guest monologist, and they tell stories, and then the team comes up and improvs based on the stories. And the guest monologist this week, and it's Bobby Moynihan's in it, which is great in this group.
Nice.
It's a good group of improv, but it was Becky Lynch.
Oh,
The band.
She was there, and
man.
I missed the show,
Becky Lynch.
but apparently she was great.
We love
and-
Becky Lynch.
We
Yeah.
love Becky Lynch.
Um,
She plays She plays some magic too.
and
Yeah.
I'm sad.
She-
We'll get her on the show.
She
Yeah.
played Cyndi Lauper on Young Rock and did a
Get her
really
on.
good job.
Get her on Cardboard Champs.
Mhm.
Yes, please.
Um,
Send it
but
out.
yeah, I
Let me know.
was gonna snag a pic because you can take pics during the show, and I was gonna be like, hey, guess what?
Nice. The man, Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway, all right, that was it.
Nice. All right, so
Yay.
let's talk
Tom,
about
she's
some
on.
news.
Hey,
Why not?
Who would like to go first?
Why
Well,
not?
we're already on the topic of wrestling, so
Steve?
What's that, brother?
No.
Yeah, we still like that guy,
Not
right?
like that, brother.
He wasn't the only guy who said brother, but he
I
did steal
know,
it. The other
but he
guys have said
stole
it.
it.
But yeah.
Ooh,
Macho Man said it too
yeah.
sometimes. Oh yeah, Macho
there it
Man.
is.
All right.
That's a better one.
Y'all, it is WrestleMania week. It is Christmas for WWE and all wrestling fans. It is a week-long event, starting with last night with Monday Night Raw actually happening in Sacramento at Golden One Center.
100%.
Your boy was there. The bloodline of Amy was
Who's
there
my
as
boy?
well.
Not
We
me.
No.
Who's my boy?
He's saying it's your boy Anthony is Steve's. That's his whole.
Me. I-
shtick.
There
I was
is
talking to myself.
okay. You do
Your
this
boy,
like
I put-
the youngest, my oldest. You know who? I'm like, I don't know who. I need you to tell me this thing. That's the point of the news.
My bad. Your boy, the Zorian one.
There you go.
Bloodline of Amy there. We were there in attendance, and it was amazing. It was a great show. Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Bailey, Liv Morgan, Paul Heyman. They were all there. Sacramento brought the noise. It was
Logan Paul
fantastic.
showed up and everyone was yelling
Oh,
so loud.
They booed over him as he tried to talk. Problem is, he knows how to handle it. He just kept going, whatever. But it was fun booing him. I had some great Hispanic gentlemen who were cursing in Spanish to El Grande Americano, and it was fabulous.
Which
We'll
is
get into that
fun.
story some other time off camera. If you watch, you know what it is. Anyway, lots of things happening this week. Besides usual programming, you have NXT happening on Tuesday night right now. You have SmackDown in Vegas happening Friday, and you have the 2-day event of WrestleMania Saturday and Sunday. A
8 to 9 hours.
total 8 to 9 hours each day. A total of 18-hour-long event that includes pre-show and post-match, whatever. I don't know what we call it. Anyway, the matches to look at.
Coital.
You've got Saturday, Coital. You've got Saturday, Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. Real quick, it's Chad Gable dressed up as a lucha libre, and because he could never
keeps
beat,
ripping off people's masks. I'm
because
so pissed.
because he couldn't beat the lucha libres that were in WWE, he decided to make an American version, and it's El Grande Americano. But he's saying it's not me, it's somebody else, and it's
He literally has his entrance music is John Philip Sousa, and it is with the mariachi band. It is the worst thing ever. There was a sign last night in the crowd that said El Grande Americano thinks mayo is spicy, and I was like, it's
heel perfection. It's heel perfection, and you hate him for it. But it's Rey Mysterio.
Cover up his tattoo last night, by the way.
He didn't. You're right. He didn't cover up his tattoo.
We all know who he is.
But Rey Mysterio, the legendary Rey Mysterio, will be facing him at WrestleMania. LA Knight will defend his U.S. Championship against Jacob Fatu, the Samoan Werewolf. Big matches. You got Jey Uso going against Gunther for the World Championship. You have the very intense triple threat between Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk, with Paul Heyman coming out with CM Punk instead of Roman Reigns. Maybe. We'll see what happens. Then, of course, you got Sunday, Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair versus Io Sky for the WWE Women's Championship. And you have that main event, which is Cody Rhodes defending his undisputed championship against John Cena, who is now a dastardly villain who has aligned himself with the final boss, The Rock. And who knows how that might end? Will John Cena break Ric Flair's record and become 17-time champion as a heel? We don't know. Besides all that, Vegas has a week of events going on. There is literally every indie wrestling organization you can think of having events this entire week. You got to ride the WrestleMania hype. There's like 7 different organizations on Wednesday alone having their wrestling events. You have the rapper Wale Mania, who has his special WrestleMania pregame party where all the wrestlers come and hang out with them, whether you're WWE, AEW, New Japan Pro, doesn't matter. They're all there together.
It's like a real Robert Downey Jr. behind the scenes of Marvel Heroes vans.
Exactly.
People,
Yep.
There's a roast that's going to go on.
There's a celebrity roast happening Sunday night when Mania is over. Saturday night, there's WrestleMania After Dark at the Fontainebleau in Las Vegas.
Literally, it's not Vegas. W, it's just Fountain Blue.
Fountain Blue. The way they spell it, I like to say Fontainebleau. It's my Pat McAfee. But it is just a week long of events in Vegas, whether it's WWE or otherwise, leading up to the big show. As you can see, I'm not going because I got priced out because it's in Vegas, and WrestleMania and WWE are much more popular than they were 2 years ago when I was able to attend. And boy, did those prices go up. So I'll be watching on TV.
I will be.
I have a question. Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
I have a question for Steve's.
Yeah.
And Amy, what's your prediction for Cena? Is he going to win? Are they going to as the heel? Or do you think that's where they're going with the story?
See, go ahead. You want to go first? No, Amy, go. I'll get my theory after.
Even though I'm the greener of the two of us. Terrible joke.
She's me when I started in the Crusaders. Go.
Yeah, but for wrestling, not for comic books.
No.
So my prediction: Cena's going to win it. But the thing is, right now we have that he's had the longevity of being a face for so long, being the good guy. We're going to have that change of heart. What are you really fighting for? Type of energy that's going to do, and he's going to kind of build out his arc so that he has a redemption section towards the end of this where he shuns, the Hollywood experience and he's redeemed. But also this couldn't be a nice little slappy slap turn for Cody because he's getting a little too polished. He's getting a little too cocky. So he needs to be taken down a peg. Steve's?
Before the heel turn, I thought Cena was going to pull like a Friday Night Lights, the movie this year, where he'd have these numerous shots of the title and get so close and we're all behind him and he just comes up short, just barely, like rip our heart out, because Cena was the type of guy who was more important was to tell a good story and do what's best for the industry, not for me, not what I need. So I thought he was going to be the tragic hero who gets so close but can't do it. Now that he's turned heel, I think he has to win. He has to get the title because he gets his 17th time. If anyone has earned the chance to break Ric Flair's record, it is John Cena. And
Yeah.
it gives Cody a new obstacle because Cody, the Rhodes family, it's always been about hard times. Dusty Rhodes had to conquer hard times to become a champion. Cody's whole thing, his finish the story, has been about going through the hard times. He lost his first bout against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39, had a whole year of trying to climb back up, finally beats him at 40 to become the champion, the WWE Championship that his dad never had. Now is a new hard time to beat the guy who was there before him. This will be John Cena passing the torch on to Cody Rhodes later this year, probably SummerSlam. But yes, I believe John Cena wins the belt, and he is a 17-time world champion, breaking Ric Flair's record.
Woo.
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 Titillating.
Economic.
I dig it.
Economics.
Who's next in news?
WrestleMania.
I can go.
Go
I'll
ahead.
go.
Yeah.
Look, I've not been an outspoken fan of the Godzilla and Kong films.
what the
I'll be
hell
the
is
first to
this?
admit.
You
How
sure
would you
about
say,
that?
Tom?
Yeah, what the hell? I saw this on the
What the hell is
list
this?
of our topics.
Oh,
I'm like,
don't
what
look, Dom. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. Don't look it up. Don't look it up because I'm going
the-
to
I had to put it
I'm telling
on,
you.
but okay.
We covered the original one during the pandemic, right?
Uh-huh.
And they're popcorn flicks.
Yeah.
They're not perfectly written. Was there some dumb stuff that I was like, this just took me out of the film? Sure. Like we need to protect this girl at all costs. I know what we'll do. We'll put her on an experimental ship to the middle of the earth.
I
and we
thought
don't
you
know
were
if it's gonna
talking
work or
about
where time
Godzilla,
is.
not
Listen,
Minecraft.
This
Sorry.
is
Right.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a bit of both.
Neither or. And I didn't. So much so that I didn't watch the follow-up that just came out
What?
this past year. Look,
Neither
they're
did
not
I.
for me. They're not for me.
I didn't want you to.
Godzilla.
But Shin
and
Godzilla,
Kong
though.
it's getting a sequel,
Oh, another
and
one?
they have added Sam Neill to the
Yes.
cast of Kong vs. Godzilla. Look,
What is Dr. Grant doing there?
Tom
He's
throws his
gonna
hands up in the
engineer
air.
A
Look,
very particular primate, what is it, larynx?
if you
and
want to
then-
get me to watch a movie, put Sam Neill in it.
So you've seen Hunt for the Wilder People then?
I've seen Hunt for the Wilder People so many times.
I love that dang movie
Look,
so
I'll do
much.
the little Gen Z, whatever it is. Look, Sam Neill is a national treasure.
He is.
He is. We
From
can
Australia.
protect him at all
No?
costs. One of my favorite things
New
during the
Zealand.
pandemic is he had a TikTok or Instagram
Uh-huh.
where it's just him on his farm and his
Yeah.
sheeps, and he would play music and
Nice
sing
man.
songs. He's a blessed man. And look,
When him and Jeff Goldblum played piano together.
Mm.
yeah,
yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
So I am gonna have to see this movie, unfortunately.
I will
So,
say,
Wait, is the
I
Go,
do
Tom,
like
go.
that Caitlin Deaver's in it. Caitlin Deaver is becoming like one of my favorite actors out there right
Mhm.
now.
Yeah.
so
It's the cast is looking stacked,
Delroy
but
Lindo, you know what
I
I'm
don't
saying? Delroy Lindo,
Uh-huh.
you know what I'm saying?
Delroy Lindo?
say it.
Say it.
Mhm.
I'll
say
say
it
it
with
with you.
What were you gonna say, Steve?
So is the Godzilla Kong series is it going the Fast and Furious route? Because as the Fast and Furious movies have come out, Academy Award nominated and winning actors are jumping on and
Yeah.
becoming characters. So is that what Godzilla and Kong is doing?
Yeah.
All right,
Or they're
why not?
bringing the T-Rex in from
Yeah,
Jurassic Park.
Why not?
No.
The T-Rex should be there.
Dr. Alan Grant.
I'm gonna say it this way,
Mama
and
likes
it's
this,
I-
he likes snacks.
I'm gonna be
Get the
a stick in
reference.
the mud. I'm gonna be a stick in the mud. It's going
Yeah.
Avengers way. It's going Avengers way
Okay.
because
Universe.
again, why I put Fast and Furious just a little here. It's not based on shit. Its own original piss in mouth IP. Okay, it's not.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Akira Kurosawa.
Yeah.
Oh,
See that,
ho
John?
ho. Different genres. Oh, Mark
It's not my favorite
Wolfman.
genre,
Let me
but I
not
know
pay
what you're talking
them.
about.
It's just like
Into the Mouth, not a fan.
I'm Fast and Furious,
Yeah.
baby. I made myself the way I am, and I'm good. I'm strong. I'm
One
natty.
quarter mile
okay?
at a time. 1/4 mile at a time.
Valid aside.
And I'm
Yeah.
like,
So anyway, look, Sam Neill's on the docket. Sign me up. Sign me up for it. 'cause
What?
I'm-
Okay.
I
What
like
if
the
it
man.
says? What if the credit says his name's Alan? What if it says it? What if it says
It-
his name's Alan?
It doesn't
it
matter.
does.
It doesn't matter what its name is.
I mean,
The film.
again, I have to get Corey caught up to speed with Fast and Furious, because we finished
Yeah.
3, and he liked 3 the most,
3.
and we'll get to
Three's
4.
my-
I loved 3.
But
guys.
then when we get to
love
7 and 8 and 9, a name will matter.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what was ridiculous? 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
2 was
Thank you.
Cut.
Wait,
Ejectocito, cuz.
wait,
Cuh.
wait.
Don't think about
it,
I
cut.
have a question. I have a question. Okay. So Corey, you've only seen up to 3. You haven't seen anything else.
just 3.
Mm.
I love that I've actually seen all of them, but this isn't. Tom makes fun of me for this. I saw 3 first,
No.
and I hadn't seen any of the other ones. I've seen all of them now. You can't.
You
get mad at
started
me.
with the best one.
I know it is the best
And
one.
then you
But I seriously 1 through 3. I was like, this is an anthology. This is an anthology. Seriously.
You thought
Oops.
I mean,
And then
if
4
you did
comes.
start with 3, go to 1 and then 2, you'd be like, yeah, this is an anthology. I don't know.
An
This is not
anthology,
beating
right?
anthology allegations any day of the week.
Yes.
Call your lawyers.
So I'm happy. 1 through 3. That's my little stack. I'll stay there. When it keeps going, Corey, I need your opinion. 'cause
They speak Portuguese.
I'll give it. I
in
will give
5,
it.
And
So,
they speak Portuguese in 5, and my boy shows up. So
Portuguese.
but that's my news. That's my news, guys.
All right, Amy,
News.
give it to us in two sentences. We're encroaching on question time.
wow, give
Yeah.
the
Roger,
woman
Roger.
wow. That's
Yeah, because I gushed about WrestleMania as well.
You did.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Everyone remember
movie.
that 1988 gem of a B movie? Those cotton candy cocoons,
Mm-hmm.
teenagers up at Makeout Point,
Yeah.
clowns that were later refurbished and used in Ernest Scared Stupid, like repainted
Yes.
over.
The trolls.
The
Jim
Trolls.
Varney.
Very nice. Yes.
John
so-
Cena, Jim Varney.
That sucker, them suckers, there's word around the interwebs that one Ryan Gosling is being partnered up with MGM to be producing a Killer Clowns from Outer Space or a sequel or a series that could be dropping on Amazon.
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 I'm gonna call it Amazon.
I'm gonna call it
Uh,
Amazon.
Pepper no.
But needless to say, I've actually seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space now, and I have very strong opinions about it.
You mean the gem you just said?
Yeah, I called it a gem. The practical effects are amazing.
Yeah.
But I have a fear of clowns anyway. Thank you, Tim Curry. You did a great job in my youth. I love you as a human and everything else, but that set me
Yes.
off. Anywho, Ski.
Oh,
Um,
Huh.
yes. He's
Spies.
so good.
Oh.
He's such a good human. So yeah, that was my
Pirates.
first piece of news because it was practical effects, and again, Ryan Gosling's been kind of like on a hot streak. He's touching a whole bunch of stuff. I want to kind of see how this lands out. And MGM currently still maintains all the rights for Killer Clowns from Outer Space, which means that the only place that it could ever live is going to be
Amazon.
with those guys. And is here at Nerd On. That's the only place it's ever going to live.
Yeah.
My second piece of news, because I'm scooting as quickly as possible, is the Life of Chuck trailer has dropped today. Did you get to see it, Steve's?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, if you are not familiar with the Life of Chuck, this is not the Life of Walter Mitty, which was another movie that was remake. The Life of Chuck is actually based on a short story by one Stephen King. It is in the the 2020, sorry, it is
2020 novella.
book It Bleeds.
Mhm.
It's one set of short stories. It's following a person named Charles Chuck Krantz, and the story is told in 3 parts, but it's actually backwards. And I'm almost completely done with it, literally as of tonight. It is so much fun. This cast is stacked, and the director, one Mike Flanagan, who truly, madly, deeply loves Stephen King, cared so much about Dr. Sleep. The voice, the way it's presented, is everything great. It is not a horror movie, if that is your expectation of Stephen King, much like Hearts in Atlantis or Stand By Me,
Shawshank.
which I haven't seen Shawshank, but I've seen The Green Mile.
Mhm.
Like, it's got, yeah. Oh, yeah, Tom. Oh, it was only 2 years ago that I saw The Shining.
Hot
And the
take,
reason I
hot
saw The
take, hot take, hot take. If Mike Flanagan wasn't married to his beautiful wife, Kate Siegel, he'd probably be married to Stephen King.
Yeah.
Probably.
Fact.
I think that would be correct.
Yep.
But so this is going, it did debut at the Toronto International Film Festival in September of last year. Neon has picked it up to release it, to give it a theatrical release. It won an award or 2. I cannot recall. I know Tom is on the clickety box and can handle all that. But needless to say, I'm excited. the reason that Mike Flanagan is treasured in this house, but the reason that I saw The Shining was because Doctor Sleep came out and the tones were the same. The Shining, that was a very good episode too. But yeah, I'm just really, really excited for this. The trailer just dropped, and if you're feeling a little froggy and you want something a little sweeter in your soul, maybe you should take a peek.
Is Jacob Tremblay old yet? Like, I feel like he's been a child for
Not
like
enough.
forever. Talking to you, Jacob. I know you're watching. It won the People's Choice Award. That's it. That's all it says. It's won the People's Choice Award in Toronto.
Flanagan, baby.
But yeah, Mike Flanagan.
I also want to note. Yes, Mike Flanagan. I also want to note. Brad in the chat says we need to find someone who's seen none of the movies and have them watch only the first and the most recent one and fill in the gaps.
Furious, yeah.
Well, here the hysterical thing is that's how I ran with Halloween, and literally, yeah.
Evil
so
dies tonight. Sorry.
Emotional damage.
Also to answer, we should stay a few minutes late because we started late tonight as well.
No, teacher Corey's here.
Well, whose
happy
fucking
with that.
fault was that? Thanks, Tom. You're
Yours,
a piece
Tom.
of shit.
Yes.
You can go fucking eat your own dick. All right.
No, don't do that.
Tom's
love
news.
Peeing in the mouth.
Yes. That's what I think of most
we're
people who post
monetized
stuff
on YouTube.
online when they think they're like smart or intelligent, like how the Dark Knight and Nolan movies are actually bad. And I'm just like, I just want to post the monkey that pees in its mouth. I'm like, that's you. That's like actual footage of who you are.
He's really obsessed with
I
this
have seen
vision of peeing in mouths today.
I have
Apparently.
seen Tom's responses on Threads for those posts, and I can literally
There's
hear
violence.
his famous exhale while he's typing his post. That one.
But
that one.
Steve's, you've seen it, and you see how much I'm trying to
You're
be
valid.
reasonable. I'm trying to be
you are.
reasonable. I'm
are.
trying to negotiate with terrorists and
Yeah.
fucking chimpanzees with keyboards, and I'm like,
I refrain usually from adding on because you already nail it, but sometimes I'll add on because I'm like, no, Tom, come on, these fucking guys. But yeah, I see it, and it's
these
I don't get
fucking
it.
guys.
I don't get it.
It's
fucking guys, I don't get it.
ridiculous. I like
These guys.
how, and it's like, you know what's funny? I think the thing I think is actually pretty funny, if I can make one clear distinction between Marvel fans and DC fans. And again, I think DCU fans are just failed MCU fans, kind of like how libertarians are just like failed like Republicans. The DCU hasn't even come out yet. How are you a fan of anything?
Hey, comic books.
The DCU again hasn't come out yet. The comic books are fine.
Yeah, that's me. You know where I stand.
That's fine. Again,
Literally.
I'm saying
I can be
MCU
supportive
and
of
DC.
both.
I didn't say
I have
Marvel
both.
readers and DC readers. Because those people can actually read versus DCU
Yeah, I
TikTokers
can, and
are
I'm very
just
good at it,
whatever.
even without my glasses.
Tom, you know that Pattinson's Batman is the best of all time. Just accept it.
Oh yeah, and he's going to be in the DCU with David
That's what we're
Cornsway.
dealing with. Yeah, that's what we're dealing with.
Hey.
But anyways,
Hey.
the main thing is
the sun hurts me.
a thing about MCU fans, they don't
Heals me.
spend most of their time like regaling about how much they didn't like Ghost Rider or Daredevil or Hulk or blah blah. They're like, oh, let's talk about the things we like. These are the good things, and we're on our way up, guys. I see the gains. Versus like DCU fans are just like, because they have nothing. There's nothing, and they're just like, God, fucking. Wonder Woman sucked ass, and Christopher Nolan's Batman sucked ass. I'm like, these were like the highlights of
They were the
all
best
DC
ones.
movies ever, and then you guys are just shitting on them.
Not
to be,
animated.
Hey, here's this
Not
epic
animated.
trilogy. Let's tear it to shit.
it's crazy.
I don't
It's-
Not
understand.
animated. We remove animated. That's live
no,
action,
because again,
animated.
these DCU fans never watch the animated. They're again,
They
I
didn't.
Well,
promise
then they're
you.
missing all the beautiful
I
gold bits.
promise
Like,
you,
whoa,
they are
watch
failed
some of it.
MCU fans. As in, like, they weren't chosen to be like, oh, you're the influencer that gets the red carpet treatment. You're just like, so they just talk shit all fucking day. Anyways, news, real news,
What?
facts, no opinions here. Nintendo Direct. They had some directs. They had 2 directs, one right after the other. 2 of them because the Switch 2, the most original name ever. Not Wii 2, not Nintendo 64 2, not GameCube cubed. They were like
Super
Switch.
Not Switch.
We'll put a
Switch
2
U?
in front of it, which is weird to
64.
me. Nintendo has always
Switch-
been
Why
very
not switch
like
it up?
innovative, but then like cool, we're just calling it 2, and we have like a C button, and then it's bigger. It's gonna cost a
So we tried to
bajillion
hit
dollars
Wii and then
because
Wii U.
yeah, Wii U.
Why could it be switch it up?
Why can't it be like
So you want to be the Switch U?
switch you, switch me,
Switch up.
and it would have been MII because they have me's.
Yeah, there you go.
But like
already.
Oh, that's right.
Wii U and
So-
then Switch Me.
just to rattle off some things of Nintendo directs. Talked about Pokemon ZNA Legends blah blah. They talked about Metroid Prime 4, which is a big deal. New FromSoft game launching on Nintendo, which is crazy because I don't know how the computing power of the Nintendo Switch 2 will actually perform. They did reveal some games such as Cyberpunk, and I believe like The Last of Us being on the Switch 2, which I'm like, that's crazy. It's one of those things. We'll see how
Elden
we'll
Ring?
see how the performance goes. Because it does not perform. It does not meet the benchmarks that other portable games, handheld games are doing, like the Steam Deck and stuff like that. So we'll see. It's all about optimization. Everyone kind of knows that my views on the Switch's optimization for like Scarlet and Violet Pokemon were like really suboptimal. Legends Arceus was fine, but it might just because if it's a great Game Freak developer thing. But anyways, the big deal is that games like Mario Kart World coming out, and then a new Donkey Kong. Finally, a 3D platform for Donkey Kong, which hasn't been around because
That
the
looks
rights
sweet.
were all split up
It's so
between
good.
Nintendo, Rareware, and when Microsoft bought Rareware, it's like cool. Now that team can't build anything for Nintendo. So now people are excited about it, which they ought to be, but a lot of crazy shnikes are happening because of price points. Because
What?
the
What's the
console
U?
itself is pretty high, but each game is going to be at least $80. And that's before we even take account to our political landscape and the trade wars that's going on. Even Nintendo themselves are like pausing pre-releases and purchasing to see what will happen, because this is kind of crazy. It's like, I'm not going to buy tickets to go watch Avengers 5 because I don't know what movie tickets are going to be in 3 or 4 months. It's like the fact that it could change means that the market is bad. Just for people out there who want to, again, come here for their opinions.
Or have better understanding of what's going on.
But that being said, I think a lot of the sentiment online, again, no opinions, just facts. A lot of the sentiment online is that they've been doing these Nintendo tree houses to preview all the games, and everyone's flooding the chats with lowering the price, lower the price, lower the price, lower the price, lower the price, because $80 for a game is back to like 1991 prices for games, consoles, and
Yep.
stuff like
Or
that.
like
Like around the
raise the
later
minimum-
90s,
or
they
raise the
did
minimum
solidify
wage.
around 60, but now
Minimum wage go up.
people are also afraid that like Nintendo is a market leader and everyone else is just going to copy that, because they're like, cool, you did that, because the same way that
We're gonna do it.
Microsoft was like, cool, Live now costs $30 no matter what, and PlayStation was first offering Live, it cost nothing. Nintendo first offered internet, did not cost anything. Now everything's a membership.
Now
When you're
everybody-
industry leaders, you set precedences. So $80 games. Now everyone can enjoy, some, neat day one patch games from some AAA company on, PlayStation. That's going to be like need a patch, and it's not even probably going to launch, and it's going to be like $120 before you get a collector's edition. And it's probably just a full digital edition. So we'll see where that goes.
It's tough because
but
like
I thought-
prices for games, what they're doing, and how much time and stuff going into these things is higher, right? You need larger teams. Things are getting more complicated. It's a natural order of things like this to go up in price. The problem is we're noticing it because our wages haven't gone up
There he is.
in years.
There he is.
And so it's matching we're having this divide. It's like the housing market. It's like
Bingo.
naturally these things go up, but like we're not meeting it.
Yep.
And so it's becoming more and more evident. Like the amount of things that are going into these games is unreal.
Bernie said
I think that
25
that's
years
100%
ago.
true for good, polished, optimized games. But there
Yeah,
are a lot
100%,
of
which
$60
I will say
games that
Nintendo
aren't
is.
games.
I would say Nintendo does have a track record of being very polished game, especially from Nintendo itself. Smash Brothers, the Mario games, Mario Kart. So if that were to take into it, so speaking only on that, because that's the only one that's gone up in price, a Mario Kart game, it's unfortunate that it makes sense the timing wise, but the economy is just trash. And so it's just that gap is so huge right now of like what we're making. And
But guys, tariffs.
They're gonna fix everything.
Doing good.
Anyway,
doing
let's
God's
answer
work.
some questions.
Let's answer some
while
questions.
we have time.
All right, everybody. Let's go ahead and answer some questions for everyone in the chat or watching the VOD. If you would like to send questions to us, be part of the show, then check out nerdon.tv/Discord. Join the community, continue the conversations. But you could go into the Nerd On Update channel and then ask us questions, and they'll be featured here. If you'd like to support the show even further than just watching it or liking it or sharing it and subscribing it and all that good stuff, join our Patreon for as little as $1 a month. You're put on a list with a bunch of other nerds out there, and then you get put in the front of the line, and you get to see questions answered first, much like
Nerd on Nudge.
Brad.
Hey, Brad.
It just says Brad. Shout out Bad Reprint in the chat here. A lot of franchises trade in on nostalgia for better or for worse to keep audiences, more accurately, studios happy. What's a moment of nostalgia baiting that really worked for you? And what's one that felt very flat? And why was it not Sam Neill?
I can go with a negative one because I literally talked about this. So, and I got on a soapbox, the best soapbox that I have ever gotten on, and I railed against the man. I love Disney. I have no shame in explaining.
Didn't he?
Disney? I got that Disney.
Disneyland.
So here's the thing, Snow White. The Snow White. Don't. I suffered. Don't do it.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Miss. I'm gonna cut you off because I have to explain. I want to hear your thing. I just want to let you know I'm on a little bit of a Rachel Zegler journey because I'm like curious. I'm like, is she bad or is she not?
I'm not coming here to give any type of a review. And just in the regards of nostalgia baiting, this was nostalgia bait. Like there is no question. Homies didn't wait till 100 years to put out a Snow White. Hello. You're right there. It's literally 88 freaking years old. And they're like, do you love like the magic? Like straight up, this trash was so trash fire. And the problem is, I know there are people that cared that worked on this thing. That is the worst thing that hurts my heart the most. There were actually people that were doing the VFX, that were doing the costuming, that were doing all of that other work. And they're stuck with this trash fire of like, we're going to entice you with your childhood. Come this way. And then they're like, take this apple and shove it up there. Like, nobody deserves that. It is trash. And if the only goal is that they want your money and they want your money bad and they're willing to throw your childhood where it was happy and it was still okay, like up your, nether regions to get your money, just go read a book. Go read a book. Go get your VHSs, crack out that sucker, and go like do the good thing. Just don't fall for it. So like if we're talking about when the nostalgia bait was hard, strong, and really aggressive, and they knew it was going to suck, so they made really cute popcorn buckets, and I collect popcorn buckets. Problem is, I bought none of these. I literally had a guy, no joke. This was even before I saw this movie. I went and they put out the new line of popcorn buckets, and there was one with the freaking magic mirror, and I was like, oh, that's kind of tight. Like, okay, cool. And I looked at them and they're like, oh yeah, the new Snow White buckets are out. And I was like, I refuse to give them money on this marketing scam because they know how much money they're going to lose in this film alone, which they still have. And so I'll leave the rest of it. Leave the rest of it up in there to let Tom go on his journey. But when you see Y2K, if you haven't seen it yet,
I did.
And now go watch Snow White.
I watched it and I didn't have good things to say, which is unfortunate because like I think it tried to be like I'm gonna be an 80s movie about 1999, and I don't know who Kyle Mooney is, but I think people like him.
He was Garrett.
I love
he was
Kyle
Garrett. Garrett in the sandals with the dress.
He was on SNL for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the
Tom.
better parts of SNL.
Did you see the Spielberg West Side Story?
I did not.
Me?
She's great in that.
I did
What's
see
he- what's
Shazam
he-
2 though, and I forgot she was even in that bitch.
I just gave you
Right.
Spielberg's West Side Story, and you went to
But-
Shazam
but-
too.
I have
But see,
to.
the thing is,
try
I
to take
haven't
it from
done-
all
I haven't
angles.
done it
so
either.
good.
See, the first West Side Story. I'm like, you can't really go better than that. So I'm very cautious. But you put it on our list for another thing, so I have to watch it now.
I appreciate it more because they actually, given the time period, actually got Latin actors instead of putting makeup on them.
What if you don't
What?
like either West Side Story?
Well, a boy like that could kill your brother. So
Yeah. For
it's a
me,
song. It's a song, Tom.
this is
Tom's like, huh?
this might be low hanging fruit, but I thought No Way Home. I mean, I thought the nostalgia baiting in No Way Home worked for me
Mm-hmm.
really well. I thought it was handled well. It was enough for me to just be like, I think what they had going for it was bringing the two together, like two different fandoms within the same fandom, but two different camps, and being like, look, we're all together, we're all in this, and it was like, oh, this feels good.
Well,
This feels
I
good.
think
we don't have to choose which Spider-Man. I think we can all just like
All
this.
Spider-Men are acceptable.
Yeah.
Well, I think the thing is also it's just like
Peter matters.
it was a
Their
bringing
chemistry
together
too.
than a recycle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm.
sure. I mean, there was a lot of somewhat of a scientist myself. There was some recycling in there, but it worked for me. It's fine. I could see how some people could hate it, but I thought, I don't know. I just thought it worked really well. I thought how it was handled was well. I thought how they handled the villains was really, really well done.
Power of sun in the palm of your hand, baby.
Yeah,
Doing Pete,
Mhm.
trying to do better.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I got
I thought the quotes they chose was really, really good.
I got a negative
Uh,
and working on the positive.
So
What's your
what's your
negative?
negative, Steve? This is your negative.
It saddens me to say it because I love the director, and I was
West Side
hyped up
Story.
about it. No. Enjoyed it. Miami Vice.
Oh, Mr. Man.
Michael Mann, yeah, because he was the creator and producer of the series, and I had the whole first season. I still have it on DVD, and those trailers and using the non-point cover of In the Air Tonight, I got hyped. And there are 45 minutes to an hour of great Miami Vice story in this film. The hour-long romance between Colin Farrell and the leading actress, who I forget her name right now. And Michael Mann is a slow burn, and his dialogue is fantastic. Like, Heat is epic. The Insider is epic. Miami Vice had epic moments, but their romance was just
Was it
bored me.
Gong Li or Naomi
Bored
Harris?
me. Gong Li.
Gotcha.
Mm.
For sure, for sure.
It was a mixture of, I didn't believe these two hooking up so quick. Like it didn't come believable. It wasn't believable to me. Tom knows my annoyance when I can tell when
ADR.
dialogue is in ADR is recorded in a studio and not on set. When you're driving a speedboat and going through the going through the Gulf, yet your dialogue sounds as quiet as you're talking, I don't believe it anymore. There's no way you're talking that low when you're in this speedboat with the doors open. That bugged me. But it's not even that. It's just the story itself. I was bored, and I'm never bored in a Michael Mann movie, ever, except for that one. So there's an hour of great movie filmmaking in Miami Vice, and there's an hour that's just, I want more Jamie Foxx. Should have more Jamie Foxx, because his moments were badass in the movie. But it was a focus on Colin Farrell, and Colin Farrell did great as his character. Just the romance part didn't sell it to me. Didn't believe it. Let me down. The one time.
I dig it. I dig that.
Sorry.
My negative was Space Jam 2.
Mm.
The whole thing.
Mm.
But did it really get you with nostalgia at all?
Yeah, they're bringing in shit like Iron Giant and stuff like that. Like in the trailer, I saw Iron Giant and I was like, ooh, no. I think it said what was the worst, right? Which is the
No,
one
it
that
says what
didn't-
fell
didn't
flat
hit.
for you. Because
Yeah,
like
it
I
fell
feel
flat
like you
for
you,
me.
you didn't have the
All
buy-in
of
for that movie to begin with.
Yeah, so it all fell flat. Right? Do I
For
have to
Space
buy
Jam
into
2.
it first? We had to
No.
watch it for the
No.
show.
See,
Exactly.
That was your way of buying into it.
It fell flat. All
Well,
of it.
see, like, for
from the
me-
marketing onward.
See, for me, if we flip that because you brought up the Iron Giant, I was trying to think of something that was positive. Book-wise, Ready Player One was great. We switch over to the movie, it had a lot of nostalgia bait in there, and it's got pockets where you're like, yeah, and then you get some of it, and you're like, oh no, 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 no. And like being such a ridiculous longtime fan, I'm like, okay, I give you grace and I give you some wiggle room, but other things I was like, that sucked. No, shouldn't have done that. And then other things I'm like, yay, the Iron Giant. Oh look, there goes Chucky. Like, and I don't even like Chucky, but I can appreciate where it comes from. So that nostalgia bait was very strong in that movie.
Chucky.
Yeah.
I think I have a negative. It's sad that like we're always more prone to negative. The negative one that I have for me is probably I just looked it up and I saw it. It was Jurassic World.
Don't do it.
Ooh.
Jurassic World?
Oh, I thought you were gonna be the one with Sam Neill and
Dominion.
all of
No,
that.
the
the
first
Dominion
one,
one.
Jurassic World.
First
Like I
Jurassic
bought
World.
into it.
Yeah, okay,
That's what I'm
that I
saying.
agree.
Like I bought into it
Not
being like,
with the
oh
team.
shit, I want to see the fucking park. Oh shit, brand new cast. Let's see this shit. Oh shit. I'm like, all right, let's see. And I was just like, oh, that's supposed to be Hammond. That sucks. Oh, that's supposed to be that. That sucks. Like that's what I was like. Oh,
Corey's yell. Don't do it.
no. I say this. The third, the
three of them
Dominion
coming
one was
back?
the only one to be
No.
like, let's try to be at all anything like the original
Like
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, we all agreed that was the better one of the World Series.
Which
Yeah.
is
Believe it. Yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
might be us four might be the only four that think that, because most
know,
people I
I
talk to,
know.
everyone's
I'm
like,
fine
that's
with
the
that.
worst one, and I'm like, it's the
No, it's
only one
not.
that says, hey, there's a world of dinosaurs. Us as people have to come together, and then every
Yeah.
other one of the Jurassic World movies
And
are
it
just
passed
like,
the torch.
is there anything
That was
past the
actually
torch? It's just where
torch-passing
like
film, was that one.
Alan Grant and Ellie had to be like, we have to come on, we have to get through this. It's like, yeah. And then you got, and then like the family unit of Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas and whoever gives a fuck about the kid, like actually have to be a family. Like I'm like,
Mhm.
you're actually getting close to what Jurassic Park is actually about.
Yeah.
And
I remember my one criticism in Dominion was how they had Ian Malcolm not want to know how to carry weapons when he carried that rifle in Lost World.
In
So
Lost
he
World.
knows how to carry a rifle.
Yeah.
That part I didn't like. Otherwise, it was great.
yeah. But the one that went well for me or good for me, nostalgia
mine-
bait.
I just thought of it. Mine might be a hot take too.
Go ahead, Steve.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
I was not. I enjoyed Crystal Skull.
That's fine.
Whoa.
You can
Kingdom
like
of the
Crystal
Interesting.
Skull.
Interesting.
I was
You
I
can-
was hyped up about
all-
bringing back
all levels
Indy.
of nerd are welcome.
I was excited for it, and I felt that it was the 50s and the alien stuff and all that. It worked. It played. That's how I felt about it. So I did this.
It's okay.
That
Do
is
you
a
know
hot
what?
take.
It is a very hot take.
I
and
was
that's
upset that Sean
that's
Connery wasn't
spicier
in
than
it,
mayo.
and that
Yeah.
they made him that he died. I was upset about that part because he wasn't dead yet. He was still around. But
Then were fans like you sad about the last one where someone else had died and just didn't come back?
I know.
I'm just like,
I-
yeah, this is a franchise that
I
almost
enjoyed all five.
exclusively kills people off screen. So who cares?
It's true.
Well, Sean Connery is too busy hitting women.
There's
so.
that. Yeah, there's that.
Nice.
I know.
And then doubling down on it.
I
when
know.
asked
Yeah,
about it later on.
that didn't. age well.
Oh,
Yeah. That's bad.
whoopsies.
Yeah.
Any
Fucked up show.
anyone have a positive?
When
You know,
he said
I
that, I wanted to get an umbrella and just be like, "Hey,
you know what? I have a
The whole
positive,
Connery
and
thing.
Corey's not
You have
gonna
a
like
positive.
it.
Godzilla -1 is a positive all day. I don't care.
yeah.
You want a nostalgia?
I
bait?
like that.
That's
Wait, no, wait.
beautiful.
I need to hear what this is." 'cause
Here we
he
go.
said specifically,
He's got that
"I'm not gonna
smile.
Like it."
Co-
got
wait,
that
wait,
smile.
wait.
Hold on.
How is Godzilla minus one a nostalgia bait? Okay, whatever.
Because if you appreciated Godzilla and you weren't keeping up, and suddenly you come back and that's not Godzilla and Kong, but it's Godzilla -1.
That's a
You're
10
like,
out of 10 movie.
Okay.
yeah.
10 out of
So
10
either
movie.
way, you
Bennett
would fall in love.
Actually,
with
it's an
Elizabeth
11 because the -1 would make it a 10.
Boom, the
And
kid's got it.
okay, so I'll say this: it's not necessarily. I mean, technically, okay. The right answer of nostalgia bait that works well is fucking Tron Legacy.
Oh
Mm,
yeah.
But
Who's excited for the new one?
mhm.
I'll see.
Scary.
I'll see. I don't know. I don't know why we're there.
Griddly.
Why are we in the real world now? Where is Olivia Wilde?
What am I gonna hate?
Where
gonna
is Harry Styles up in this bitch?
Really?
Where is what I was gonna say though is the hot take that I know Corey's not gonna like, but I think it's one thing that I'm like, I get it, but I'm like, it doesn't kill the movie for me.
I'm excited. Here we go.
2011, The Thing.
Whoa,
shit.
that's
It did-
spicy,
it did-
spicy meatball.
It's not
Corey's
that like
soul
I'm
left
overly
just
joyed
now.
about it, but I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like to see the events that happened before the first one. I'm like, all right, that's kind of cool.
I was waiting for Corey to turn his chair and walk away.
I thought about it, but there's too many cables. That's what this was. I looked down and I can't right now.
I mean,
such a spicy meatball, Tom.
Damn.
because this is the thing. Because like I'm just
I never
more
saw it.
interested in the story of it, right? Because the whole thing, you're just like, who the thing is, what the thing is, why the thing is,
When the thing is.
We lost
when the
Corey.
thing
We lost
is.
Corey.
But like I'm just like, okay, let's just see it, and it's
You are
just like,
Alighting the chat with rage.
good,
There's a
good.
lot
That's
of
called
nobody-
engagement. I'm like Collider. I'm just a no good engagement farmer.
Clicks. Clicks.
I just felt like
Man.
Mary Elizabeth's character and what's his face, fucking Uncle Ben, that
Martin Sheen?
no Warrior.
That's dead
Joel
on
Mc,
my-
not Joel McHale.
Edgerton.
Joel Edgerton. I liked
Yeah.
them in there, and like Edgerton is like, you know, not a replacement for McCready for sure, but there's like, oh, there's that. But Mary Elizabeth Winstead's like
Star
kind of like not any character at all, and I'm like, okay,
Uncle Owen?
Uncle Owen, Uncle.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, Uncle Owen, Uncle Ben. They're the same characters. Two white guys in the desert.
I was like, Uncle
Arizona.
Ben.
But yeah,
Yeah, that is a
Dude,
hot take.
I
It's
do
a
have a
hot take.
question. I never saw 2011. Did it end the same way?
it ends. Okay, spoilers, everyone. Fuck you guys. Spoilers. This
Even
is
I know how
old
to
ass movie.
play.
It ends with the beginning of the first thing. It's a
Oh,
prequel.
it's a prequel?
It's a prequel.
It's a prequel.
It's not a
and they
remake. That's why
spent
I'm like,
a
I don't
bunch
hate
of
it because it's not a
money-
remake.
They spent a bunch of money putting together practical effects,
And the studio.
then-
rigging up practical effects,
and
shooting practical
then-
effects, shot it. They shot the practical effects, and the studio went, people want CGI. And so
And
they
got rid of all of the
digitally
prac-
erased all of the practical effects and put in the worst CGI you've probably ever seen.
Corey started this as the professor who's teaching the part that he hates the most.
It's
So they did the
In
thing.
Many
and-
films.
Well, and
are
this is
great.
that's the thing where it's like I'm not gonna hate the movie because the studio decided to fuck with it.
Yeah.
Where it's
I am.
it's the same thing.
They-
I don't. I hate the
That's part
management.
of it.
I'm okay with the
Look,
staff members.
Look,
See?
when they release a director's cut, I'll retune my. But this is what we have. The studio is a part of that process, and it sucks.
The chat has got is in the Corey corner.
Well done, Tom.
That's fine.
They
You sparked the fight, man.
Good.
like it.
Good. Have your opinions.
I didn't
If-
start the fire.
I'm not saying like continue to do this, guys. Let's keep fucking having studio. I'm just being like,
No.
oh, I think I see the bones of this
never
movie,
mind.
and I think I like where everything went going with it. I'm like, I like what you're doing with the characters, and I'm like, oh, you're trying to show where each part is. I'm like, I can use my imagination and be like, oh, where were the practicals supposed to be? That would have been cool. Too bad it's not.
That's
Versus
too bad it's not.
Too bad
Who
it's
are
not.
you?
versus Jurassic World. Oh, this movie's a slock of shit. Too bad it's not good.
It's a slobber knocker.
Yeah.
Yay.
The
Hey,
other
JR.
issue I ran into it was knowing the original so well.
Mm.
I think if you go in not knowing
Mm-hmm.
the original that well, you're like, oh, this was up the whole time. It was prequel the whole time, but the whole time you're like, this is prequel. I know where this. no, this is. going.
Oh, when I watched it, I knew it was a prequel.
I know, and I just I don't know. I think look again when they do a director's cut and I see the practical effects on screen, it's just like it's such a huge part of what makes the original good,
Mhm.
and like it just is like this outstanding piece of cinema that has cemented a legacy
Corey.
for being good storytelling. I know I don't have to pitch it to you, Tom. You know, but I'm telling to our audience. and the practicals are the gold standard to this day. Nothing
Right.
has beat
To
the
the-
practical
no.
effects of this film.
And Corey
To this
said,
day.
Corey says that specifically because I text Corey because I went to the fucking screening with John Carpenter and Bong Joon-ho, and I was like, "Hey man, if they give us a chance to ask questions, what questions would we ask?" And his thing's like, "Do you also see this as a gold standard?" I'm like, "Yes," and I'm like, "That's why I'm like, Corey, you don't." I get it. I was there, bitch. We saw it together. I saw that shit in film 3 fucking times. I get it, and I'm not trying to. I'm not equating one to the other. I'm just being like.
I think I liked not knowing what happened to the people, is what I'm trying to say.
You didn't like what happened to the
I think
people?
the way it's explored in the first film makes it scarier.
Yeah.
Seeing it all played out is not interesting to me.
Oh,
Brad
John
is
Voight's
separated
balls.
us once again.
Yeah,
bonus.
John Voight's ballsack.
John
yeah.
Voight's
thank you.
ballsack. I don't want to see
Yeah.
Anakin become Vader.
Yeah. You like Angelina Jolie? Yeah. Well, here's John Voight's ballsack.
Do you want to see Boba Fett be a sad boy?
Yeah. So that's exact. Thank you, Tom. That's exactly.
No,
what
yeah,
I'm
I get it. But for me, I'm just
Tell
saying,
me
like,
another
oh,
story.
it's not bad, and that's why it's a hot take. That was like, you know what, it's not bad. I'm not
Tell
gonna.
me a story like would be really cool if it was like almost how they did that Predator movie about the
Right.
ancient civilization.
Yes, that was
But
great.
it's halfway through, you're like, this is the thing. This is the thing. We're watching
Which
the
one?
thing.
Which movie?
Pray.
Pray.
We mean,
The Predator.
what do you mean?
Predator.
Essentially, the prehistoric predator. You
Wh-
want it? It's like a give us the franchise, but don't
You saw
tell
it,
us
Tom.
where it lines up, kind of in place with it. Because Prey, you're like, oh, it's a Predator movie, but you're like, oh my gosh, it's a prequel Predator movie.
There's no
without it
guns.
being like,
It's just
but
Native
there's
American.
Oh, so
part of you's
you would
like,
want
I
to do
don't
a
know if
Thing
it's
movie, but not exactly before the first thing
How about this? Why don't you tell a story about
when it landed,
Guy meets a girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
like when it first landed,
when it
right?
landed.
Like 10 bajillion years ago. Could do that.
Sure.
Could do that. Could do that.
bajillion.
Because I was gonna say, I was
Doesn't
like,
have to be either.
you absolutely
not-
knew
it could be
immediately that Prey was a Predator movie, even if you never saw the trailer, because the first shot's an
I
invisible
know, but
ship.
what I want is like tell me a story like Prey where it's set in a different time.
Yeah.
But I want it to be like I don't know it's the thing until partway through and you're like, this is the fucking thing. Like
The
it's a monster movie.
Thing-
I'm going to see a monster movie. Oh my god, it's a tie-in with the thing.
The
it's
thing
them. It's
in-
the ant.
during Revolutionary France. Boom.
I mean,
Sure.
man, if you watch Life,
The
you kind of like,
pistol?
is this the fucking thing?
Mhm.
Which,
There it is.
interestingly enough, you guys heard know about the is it Steve? Is that what you're looking at?
No. Wait.
Okay, because I don't know if you guys all saw that interview where Rebecca Ferguson talked about like some actor and her could not be on the same set together, and she
Yeah.
just like acted against a tennis ball. And everyone's probably assuming it was either Hugh Grant or it was Ryan Reynolds. So
Interesting.
or Jake Gyllenhaal, one of those three. Anyways, doesn't matter. Positives.
Well-
Does anyone have the positive versions of that first
I did-
question?
I did my
did.
positive.
Crystal
We-
Skull.
We tried to scooch them in there.
Amy, what
I
was
think I
yours?
did my positive.
I tried to say Ready Player One in the book,
Ready
and there were
Player One,
parts,
sorry.
parts of Ready Player
Yeah.
One that it was nostalgia bait, but it still kind of worked because it was a little like it was uneven. But there was things like the face, the little chest bursted. I was like, nah, nah, nah. Oh, that's cute. And then like seeing the Iron Giant, and then being able to see Chucky, and like it was all these little pinpricks versus in
The
the book.
DeLorean. The DeLorean.
Yeah,
is-
I
oh,
left it for you.
Thank you.
Like it's all these little spaces for you to Easter egg hunt through the movie, which does kind of feel like it is nostalgia baity. But like the book goes a lot more in depth, except once you get past that, and like technically it's the first official chapter because the prelogue is different. But yeah, that's what I went with.
Crystal Skull.
Next question, our second question of the evening.
Yeah, I was gonna
Spencer
say,
yeah.
13H, shout out to you. Who is a guest you would want on your podcast and why? Can be
Just one?
anyone.
Alive, not.
It said
dead.
can be anyone, didn't say alive or
anyone.
dead.
Steve's is like thinking it over.
I gotta
Well,
pick
it's The
one.
Rock. I mean,
No,
and
he
why is
wanted
it
to spend time
anyone
with
on the
The Rock.
podcast? And
I think
why
he
is
wants it to be The Rock and John Cena so they could squish him at the same time.
Yeah.
You get a little sandwich.
A little Steve sandwich.
and why is
Sandwich.
it Angela White?
So easy to read.
Still
thinking about it. You guys go.
don't burst a blood vessel, Steve. Don't think too hard.
Too late.
No, it's hard for
You
you.
can only have one. That's the problem.
We have one left.
Who is a guest you would want on your podcast and why? I think I would want Kevin Smith. And I would
Okay.
want to talk to
Yeah.
him about what has it been like being a nerd when he grew up, comparatively as he's grown up and continued that stuff, and seeing all the things that he loves, having a hand in all those things, as well as seeing those become like now the biggest like forms of franchise kingdoms and IP, cash cows. And then also just talk about, the importance of what he's found, the delineation between his regular life, nerdy life, as well as like his mental health life. He was always known as like, this like kind of rebel with like his, camera and filmmaking and comic books and, the stoner dude from Sundance. But now he's, like this vegan chill ass, dude who just like loves to just talk about the things that he loves.
I like that answer.
Good pick.
Oh, Honey
Tom,
Bear,
what
you
about-
you know the way to my heart. Honey Bear knows the way exactly to my heart.
Tom, who am I gonna say? Tom?
Corey wants it to be John Carpenter to talk about
My
his
movies.
movies.
No.
That was I was expecting at least John Carpenter to pop up in here somewhere.
Corey actually wants
checked
Sam
through, man.
Rockwell.
Yep. Yeah.
That would be so
Sam Rockwell,
fun.
100%.
Good pick.
100%.
That's a
have to
great
dance in.
pick. He would
dance
dance in.
into
He
frame.
wouldn't have to dance in. He would just
But-
dance in.
That would be my pick. Sam Rockwell all day.
I'd want to ask him about Gentlemen Broncos and then like
Yes.
everything, and then with his Fosse Verdon. I loved him in Fosse Verdon. I was dying.
It was
I just-
very good.
So good, so good.
With the way back for
Mhm.
me. The way back is his. I fucking love that, and Seven Psychopaths are my two Sam Rockwell films, and I'm like, these
So
are cinema.
Well, 3 billboards.
Did you watch White Lotus?
Three Billboards is incredible. No, not yet. Not yet. I've heard.
Hmm.
Gentlemen Broncos is a gem though.
It
that
is
nobody
so
talked
low
enough about.
key. Like it's like shh, we don't talk about it, but it's so much fun.
The Steves, Amy.
The Steves, did you make a decision?
I'm writing things down.
The Steves. I'm the
I'll
Libra.
keep
I'm
going.
supposed to be the
Ian
indecisive
McKellen.
one. Come on, let's go.
Ian McKellen would be my next one, with Patrick Stewart.
What do you
That's
need? Do you need
Patrick
permission of
Stewart.
Steves? What's going on? What's
He
happening?
needs
Uh,
to have two
no,
people
'cause
sitting
I
side
feel
by
like the
side.
two of them together would be great. Ian
Rock.
McKellen and Patrick P. Stew.
Yeah.
It's
They
not
would
my
be so
only
fun.
idol.
Amy?
David Fincher would be my next one. Go ahead.
I would like
What's her name?
because
Hold
I was
on.
torn between that if they're alive, or if they're no longer around. That's been my biggest conundrum because if they were deceased, and this is the thing, if I say the person that's deceased, and then but really that means I'm getting two, and I feel like I'm cheating. So I
Yeah,
do
don't
not
cheat.
want to
Don't
do
cheat.
that.
Just we picked alive people.
Yes, that's why I'm like I gotta hone this in. The funny thing was I started mentally preparing both of them, and now the second one who's alive went out of my brain. Steve,
Rebecca Sugar.
do you have one yet?
I have
She's-
3. I'll do number 1, and I'll see what the other 2 are. Number 1's Rock.
I'll do one, but then I'll tell you the other 2, so I still had 3.
See,
It's Rock, number 1. But the 2 others that that I would also love to have on our show. Number 2 is Jon Favreau, because Swingers was the first movie that made me say, I might want to try writing. So Jon Favreau. And number 3 is Paul Heyman,
Paul
Paul
Heyman.
Heyman.
because
is
that is
really
a
nice.
genius
orator?
mind in
Yeah.
the world of professional wrestling.
Paul Heyman.
Look him
Paul
up, man. He's
Heyman,
known
he
as
is-
the wise man, the special counsel to the Roman Reigns, but he
Paul
is the
Heyman.
He
innovator,
is-
revolutionary of wrestling.
I honestly can say for Paul Heyman, his speech for
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame, even if you don't know him, just listening to him speak and talking about where he's come from to get to here,
Mhm.
and he's a fantastic orator. Like it's
Mhm. His voice.
yep.
Uh,
And he's
Rick
yes.
Rubin has a podcast, and usually his episodes are about 2.5 to 3 hours long. He has a 3-hour episode with Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman talks about his life in the industry. Paul Heyman snuck into Madison Square Garden at the age of 18, posed as a photographer to be able to take snapshots of the WWE match that was happening when Vince McMahon's father owned it. And that's how he got his in. And from there went on to become a manager in professional wrestling, formed his own company, ECW, and has since then been a genius in the mind of telling stories, crafting characters, the industry inside and out. He can be in the ring portraying a character and then be backstage influencing future stars.
Steve, I wanted one answer. I didn't want your life story. Let me tell you how much of this guy's dick I would suck. Okay, real quick, it'd be the mushroom first. I'd fold back.
You could do a great New York accent, and he would say jokes like that to you also. But yes, if we couldn't get Rock or John, Paul Heyman is that's the guy.
It's the chat, Dom. That's what you're seeing in my reflection.
Thank you. Last question of the night, which should also, I mean, it might be universal, but there might be some hot takes. This one comes from T-Dog8282.
T-Dog.
What show had the biggest drop-off after an amazing season 1? Heroes is not available to say.
Oh, you butthole. That is the answer. That is the answer. And you know it to be true.
Had a big drop-off.
Yeah, Brad knows. We're all like, it's Heroes, baby. And you're like, no, it can't be Heroes.
No, T-Dog didn't write Hero. You can't write Heroes. I
you
said
did
that.
it.
I said
you
that. Because we all know that it's such a simple answer. Let's dig deep, be nuanced.
Nuance.
Don't just say, this is goated, bet, glizzed it up.
No cap.
I'm a loser. Let's have a fucking campfire while watching Minecraft.
You don't got the Riz.
Oh my gosh, okay. This is hard now because you took away the one that was the answer.
Yeah, it's like Tron Legacy. That's the answer, but I want to do something different. Be different. In a world full of fucking normies, be different.
Steve Jobs.
I am different.
No. Steve Jobs says think different.
Think different. I get it.
You thought wrong, motherfucker. Think different now. Okay.
I was
can
being
think of a lot that go the other way, where the first season was meh, and then the second season you're like, they found it.
Like The Office.
One that I never watched, Sliders. Was
Parks and Rec.
that one of the ones that had a problem too?
Sliders.
I like the ice cream spot.
No,
Yeah.
Jerry O'Connell and Gimli.
Yeah.
Yes,
John Rhys
Firefly.
Davies.
John Rhys Davies. Yeah.
Thank you for Firefly in the chat, as well as Fringe. Firefly.
Well, Firefly didn't even have a second season because it was so bad. It didn't even.
Antic
Fire in the chat's like Fringe, Touch with Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh yeah, Touch.
Touch. Oh man.
Touch did fall off.
I forgot about that show.
What wasn't Dollhouse? I don't think Dollhouse had a second season, did they?
I mean, Buffy, really felt. But the season 1 probably was the not most loved. Funny enough, I hated season 4 though. Anyways, shows had a great first season, then fell off. Let's look at what Reddit has to say, because obviously they're not angry and they're very, very mild mannered.
Brad's got minor deduction points to the HBO Westworld.
People say Sleepy Hollow. People say Prison Break. People say Glee.
Night Visions.
People say Altered Carbon. People say, a lot of people say Westworld. A lot of people say Westworld.
Glee, I forgot about, yeah.
I only watch good shows, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Always Sunny is up there.
Yeah, sure.
We have 17 seasons.
The second season.
Oh, it says
when Danny
24
DeVito got
also.
It's like so good.
It says
What was that show with Kiefer Sutherland where he would go to he could see how people got killed by touching?
That's Touch.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah,
That's his show versus The Dead Zone, which is the same shit.
It's not touched by an angel.
It was his post 24 attempts. That and Lone Survivor, or not Lone Survivor. That's something that
Human
Dead
Target
Zone's what
on
I'm thinking.
Fox.
It
Oh my
wasn't
god,
Kiefer
you guys
Sutherland.
remember that?
I'm thinking of Dead Zone, Tom. I was obsessed with
Dead
Dead Zone. I was fucking obsessed with that show when I was in high school. I was like, this is my jam.
Disney Survivor.
Dead Zone was great. Lost.
Stranger Things.
I like that Honey's
Actually,
trying
Lost
to
season
find in
2
the
was
chat a cartoon that fell off, and that's even harder to kind of pin down for like a 1-season cartoon because everything
You take away
everything
some of your content.
changes. Like,
Damn
I
it.
got a Star versus the Forces of Evil for the last season, but I think
The
that
Last
we're talking about
Jedi-
season 2.
TV shows, sorry.
Wow. TV shows.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Somehow.
Somehow.
I mean, a
Somehow.
cartoon. I was gonna say fucking, but it did pretty well until Dwayne McDuffie died, and then fucking like studios started being like, oh, people like the fucking crossover shit. It's like, no. I was gonna say Ben 10 because oh man, Ben 10 was going off so well. Steve, how far are the boys in that now?
They've seen every Ben 10 iteration.
So
Twice.
Alien Omnitrix, all the stuff,
They know it
Albedo,
all.
the white-haired one. Dude,
Yeah.
okay, when he became
know
a
all of it.
teen and Kevin came back and he had the car and it was just them three, and I'm like, this is, ooh, we cooking. And then all of a sudden they're like, we're gonna bring Kevin back to the bad guy. I was like, oh shit, they're cooking up. And they're like, we're gonna bring Bill. I was like, ooh. And then all of a sudden they're like, we got the kid coming out. Oh shit, time travel shit. And they're like, we're gonna change all the art style to make him a kid again. I'm like, why? Why
Someone
would
says
you do
Vampire
this? Like
Diaries.
Ben being like this old. Oh, it's so good.
See, I've got one. Okay, so Teen
Someone said
Titans
Vampire
was
Diaries.
good. Teen Titans Go. I count that as season 2 for Teen Titans.
6 seasons of Teen Titans, good. 1 season of Teen Titans, go. Nah.
Teen Titans Go. Nah.
Can't believe people didn't fall off. It didn't have a second season. You can't count those.
Wasn't allowed to have a second season.
It wasn't. A lot of things aren't allowed. Have we noticed?
A lot of things that aren't allowed a second season are good, also, which is
Yeah.
Yeah,
unfortunate.
Watchmen.
The Chicago Code.
See, like one of my favorites, Pushing
Watchmen.
Daisies. That second season got ham-fisted right at the end, and so its last episode of
I
the
love Pushing Daisies.
middle of season 2 just was like, but
Yeah.
like the season itself was good. And again, it's Brian Fuller. Like he also had a Munsters remake called 1313 Mockingbird Lane or
Mhm.
1313 Mockingbird Lane, and that
It was
pilot
good.
was so good. And they're like,
He is her-
no,
her-
I know as Grandpa.
Wait, no, what's her name now?
Susan.
Susan, thank you.
Susan.
She goes by Susan or Eddie. She doesn't care.
Okay.
Didn't
Thank
get a
you.
second season. Lovecraft Country.
Oh.
Journey Smollett and the formerly known as King.
These don't count. Stop.
Erie.
Saying-
Yeah, these
Hold
aren't
on,
the shows.
Wait. Erie, Indiana.
I can't think of one that had a bad second season.
Erie, Indiana. Wow.
Someone said Vampire Diaries online, Tom. How do you feel about
I'll
that?
fucking
I don't
kill
watch that.
somebody.
Uh-oh.
I will
Not in the
fucking-
chat. I'm just looking online.
Oh,
One
I'll
Tree Hill.
fucking
What happened to One Tree Hill?
murder their entire bloodline.
All I know about One Tree Hill is the theme song. I don't want to be. That's all I know.
Hey, that's me.
Gavin
That's
DeGraw,
me.
baby.
Hey, he's a
And Dawson's Creek.
he's a trumper now, so we can't.
Gavin DeGraw?
Fuck that song.
Yeah.
Forget that song.
No, there it goes.
Stupid song.
House of Cards had two good seasons.
It did.
SpongeBob. I don't know how many seasons they're on now. It
Ooh,
should have died.
ooh. No, people like it. I liked it more than the first one. I'll say Daredevil, but I like the second season a lot
Second
more
season
than the
was-
first
was
one.
Arrow
good.
got better in the second season.
It did.
I didn't make it that far.
Arrow?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? You know what?
Because it's dark green.
Maybe Legends of Tomorrow for sure.
Yeah.
Because the
that's the
first one,
one.
it's such like an innovative thing, and then all of a sudden you're like, all right.
Agents of Shield.
Oh, it did in the second season.
Agents of Shield. Yeah.
Oh,
See, because Legend
man.
Tomorrow, I
Potential.
watched the first season
Ugh.
after that, and I only watched when Constantine showed up,
Mm.
and it's still I was
that's
like, why is
what's only good
Constantine
stuff.
here? Why is he here? He's not the, he should.
We just want to see Matt Ryan. Just
I
let
know
us
we
have
do.
It. Just
You're
let us
right.
have it, DC.
You're right. You're right.
Look,
We're not allowed the nice thing.
No.
We're not allowed to-
Keanu Reeves, supremacy every day.
No, how is
No,
that right?
British,
No, how's that
black
right?
hair
No.
in America.
No.
That's all that
Whatever.
matters.
I-
Long
I
hair,
love Keanu
John
too.
Wickstein.
I love Keanu.
aren't they getting a second? Isn't he getting another one?
Yeah,
He
I'm
is. He
I'm
gets
telling you,
one,
no,
not the
they don't
authentic
like
one. I
you.
get it, yeah.
Okay.
Gets what he
Yeah.
wants.
Look, James
No,
Gunn,
I
give
hear you.
us
I hear you.
Matt
Ryan.
If
How is
we
Matt
all
Ryan?
got what we wanted,
Tom's on it.
Is he
Tom's
okay
on
with
I'm
it.
that?
there with you. I'm exactly there with you. But they're like, no. How about nothing that you
No.
like?
Oh.
Keanu only.
And this hurts to say because Rachel McAdams is in it. True Detective.
No, that second season did fall off. They came back with the third.
Yeah, the second season, the
Second
lead
season-
actress, she's okay.
Garbage. No,
The second season is the
look,
weak one,
all
you're
the
right.
actors in it are great,
Yeah.
but
Taylor
the
Kitsch,
writing was
Vince-
not good.
Nope.
Especially the first season, which was just like edge of your seat the entire time.
Jessica Jones has
second
3
season was like-
seasons.
Damn.
I only thought it
What
had
was this?
2, and
had
even
3.
then I couldn't remember the 2.
But look, it's 9:30, guys.
It is
we
True
gotta wrap
Detective.
this up.
That's the one I'm going with. True Detective's the one. Because
Okay.
3 and
True
4 were great.
Detective.
3 and 4 were fantastic.
Everybody,
Oh, the lolly.
take care of yourselves. Thank you for
Thanks for the
swinging
questions.
by,
And each other.
spending your
Swingers.
your Tuesday evening with us. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys haven't already, Corey, can you put it in the chat? We have a new partnership with Arcane Fortress. If you're playing trading card games or TCGs, however you want to call them, and you need some accessories that you can rely on, as well as ones that you can support because they support humans and human art, check out Arcane Fortress, arcane-fortress.com/nerdon. And you would be supporting us, it would be supporting them, and it'd be protecting your cards. You have binders, you have playmats, you have sleeves, you have inner sleeves, you have deluxe deck boxes with dice holders in them. It's a good time. On our YouTube, we have a series called Cardboard Champs. It talks about we premiere our commercial on there, and we have social media. If you guys like wrestling, check out Wrestlemania because the Steves will probably be talking about it with Amy next week. If you like Sam Neill in Jurassic Park movies, don't watch the middle 3. No, don't watch the middle 2. Watch the first, the third, and then the 6th one, and then watch that new Godzilla movie that everyone's just chomping on the bit because they're like, you know what? I need more Godzilla. I need more
Tom
Godzilla running like a
just
fucking
low-key
maniac.
slid me a favor without anyone noticing it.
He what?
That was great.
What? That was good.
I
Cool.
said you low-key slid me a favor without anyone noticing it. Watch the first, the third, and the last one.
Yeah, you know. But yes, everybody,
Yeah.
take care of yourselves. We're gonna go ahead and raid over to somebody who is streaming right now. Let's go ahead and raid over to someone we like, maybe someone maybe we don't like.
Question mark?
WrestleMania.
I don't know who. Snow Bike Mike. Thanks to Brad
Best in
in
the
the
world.
chat for the
Snow Bike Mike.
suggest. Snow Bike Mike. They're playing
Snow
RuneScape
Bike
Dragon
Mike.
Wilds. Give them a shout out. Tell them where you came from. Everyone take care of yourselves. Y'all all know the drill. As always, nerd on.
Nerd on.